Time to change things out? Find out what home trends I think are heading out in the new year. Hi everyone, welcome to another interior design tips video. This video is all about home trends that are going out of style as we head into the new year, and some alternative ideas instead. Yes, I'm all about design solutions. Trends can be so fickle. One minute they're all the rage and the next minute they're overdone and out of date. It can happen really fast. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of these you might feel like you just started to incorporate into your home. But alas, here we are. Trends come and go. It's not the end of the world, just the end of the year. And there's no better time for that old saying, out with the old. Also, just a word of warning, some of these alternative solutions that I'm suggesting here are really just a way to get you to move away from the trend that's going out. They're not exactly new trends that are coming in. I'll have a video about that soon. But they're just options for you to consider to get you to move away from these home trends that are on their way out. Got it? So let's get to it. Here are some of the home design trends that some of us designers think it's about time we just stop, and what we should be thinking about instead. This trend goes back a few years ago when our interiors were more all over gray tones. Dark gray kitchens became the mark of a household that wanted to take risks and be bold. Not quite black, but almost black. It was the alternative to a white kitchen for those who wanted a more striking and dramatic kitchen. But now the dark gray kitchen is feeling less bold and more drab. It's looking less inspired and more restrictive. It's dark and bland. With everything we've been through these last few years, we're looking for inspirational spaces with warm and cozy vibes. We're looking for texture and pattern and color. So if you're about to embark on a dark gray kitchen, consider a warm gray color instead. Mix in other materials to create a more interesting setting. Kitchens are the heart of the home, and dark and gray is not necessarily the right atmosphere. Look for kitchens with more wood tones and more texture. And definitely more color. Some gray can help to neutralize even the most colorful interiors. Or look for ways to inject color and pattern with your backsplash or your flooring. Just don't make dark gray the central player in your kitchen moving forward. And for the same reasons that dark gray kitchens are out, so are all white interiors. This look was all about being light and airy and pristine. All white walls and ceilings, even whitewashed flooring was a big trend in home design over the last few years. All white kitchens were everywhere. But again, 2 years of a pandemic, and you quickly realize an all-white interior is very difficult to keep all white and looking fresh. With being at home all the time, our homes are taking a beating, and an all-white space is not ideal for everyday wear and tear. And for the same reasons with the dark gray kitchen, we're also looking for inspiration and warmth after 2 years of stress and anxiety. Our homes have been our refuge, and it's time they reflect who we are and what gives us joy. So color is definitely taking over. An all-white interior used to mean you were modern and hip, but it's looking a little cold and lacking personality these days. If you've got a white interior, it's time to let loose and bring in some color. The latest trends, like this maximalist vibe, are about making your space unique to you and giving you the opportunity to really express what you love. And color can be a great influencer. So start injecting color into your spaces. You're going to see lots of it in the coming years. Oh, this is going to be controversial. I just know it. Shiplap is out. Shiplap has been around for years, even before it became popular in the 2010s. So it's not like it's new. It's very much part of the whole modern farmhouse aesthetic. And it's everywhere. It's in bathrooms, powder rooms especially. Sometimes it's painted a color. And some use it as accent walls, or as an architectural feature like fireplaces. But when something is everywhere, it becomes, how should I put it? Obvious? Predictable? Boring? I'm not saying the farmhouse is out just yet. I have many thoughts on the farmhouse aesthetic. Don't get me started. But the days of slapping up shiplap on your walls for the sake of a trendy new look and without any architectural context is definitely out. There are so many other ways to add interest and craftsmanship to an interior. First, How about raised panel moldings? I love the full height panel moldings like this. It makes for a more classic aesthetic and can be dressed up or dressed down depending if your home is more traditional or more modern. I love wainscoting that covers 3/4 of the wall like this. Or this beautiful, boldly colored wainscoting in this bathroom. Vertical paneling for an all-over look is much more modern and a bit more unique than the horizontal shiplap we see everywhere. I just feel like this kind of trim work is much more in keeping with most of our home's architectural styles. And we don't all live in farmhouses, you know. And then there's foregoing any kind of trim work and adding charm and character with wallpaper instead. I love wallpaper in a powder room. Or a combination of wallpaper and wainscoting. Not as predictable and boring. Hey, have you subscribed to this channel? Did you know I'm giving away free personal interior design advice? Make sure you subscribe to the channel and head to this video here for all the details. I'm giving away 30-minute video consultations to 3 lucky subscribers in the new year. So make sure to check it out. And if you're enjoying this video, go ahead and hit that like button and share it with your friends. Thank you for helping me grow this channel. The next trend that needs to go away is this idea of having a barn door in your home when other types of doors makes more sense. And again, if you live in a barn conversion, maybe a barn door makes sense. But I think the idea of having a rustic looking sliding door with large industrial sized wheeled hardware on top needs to be put to rest. And yes, I'm looking at you, farmhouse lovers. Again, am I saying the farmhouse aesthetic is out? No, not yet. But I am looking for a farmhouse vibe that is more modern and less rustic. So instead of rough-hewn, imperfect barn board with lots of knots and dark wood stains, look for ways to make that sliding door a little more refined. Maybe it looks more like the other doors in your home. Or add some glass if privacy is not an issue and it instantly becomes less rustic in feeling. Sometimes using a barn door can be space saving, but it doesn't keep light, sounds, and smells out, so it may not be the best way to close off a space. There are many ways you can make regular swing doors look great. I love the idea of French doors like this. Or even this beautiful pocket door that slides into the wall. Even bifold doors can be beautiful. There are so many lovely ways to dress up a door if you want to make it a feature in your space or as an important entrance into a room. Don't fall into the trap that that special door needs to be a barn door. The next trend that needs to go is terrazzo. Again, context matters in design, so I'm not saying no to terrazzo everywhere, but when the trend became everything in terrazzo, then yes, it needs to stop. Terrazzo is a composite material poured in place or precast into tiles, and it is used for floor and wall treatments where chips of marble, quartz, granite, and glass are poured into a cement and polymer base. It's great for large expanses of polished flooring like shopping malls. It's been around since the 18th century, again, not new, but it had a bit of a resurgence a couple of years ago. I think primarily because we were all getting tired of mid-century modern and looking for a new old design, and people started to like Art Deco instead. And terrazzo was quite popular in the 1920s, so this material became new and exciting all over again. But instead of just flooring or wall tiles, terrazzo patterns became countertops, wallpaper patterns, furniture finishes, stationery, tech and bathroom accessories, and all with shocking color combinations and large-scale terrazzo prints. It used to be subtle in color like this, and then it became this, bold and graphic and over the top. So yes, stop with all the terrazzo everything. Let's keep it to tiles in a subtle mix of materials and colors. In fact, keep it for flooring in shopping malls. That works. Or maybe just stop altogether. I really don't have an alternative design solution for this one, so let's just move on. And finally, let's all move on with our fascination of the Edison bulb. It's time. I mean, even Thomas Edison might be past this look since he patented the light bulb over 100 years ago. Today's Edison bulb is made to look like those old incandescent light bulbs with its glowing filaments inside the glass bulb. And many light fixtures have been created to highlight this type of bulb, most of which consist primarily of cords and sockets. I guess it's a minimalist approach, but it's time to move on. There are so many light fixtures that look amazing and beautiful and even minimal if that's what appeals to you, without it being just a cord and a socket. Let's celebrate lighting as art. Lights that are sculptural and glowy all at the same time. Let's look for lights with strong textural materials. Or lighting that makes a statement. Lights that are creative with shades, colors, and materials, not just the light bulb. Let's look for lights that hide the bulb but show up in other ways, with beautiful shapes and interesting groupings. Lighting is one of the best ways to really enhance your space and tell a story about your style, so it's time to stop thinking about just the light bulb. Lighting is more than just a light bulb. So here's your takeaway. Trends come and go. Some stick around for a while, others are gone in a minute. I'm talking to you, Terrazzo. When something becomes so ubiquitous, you see it everywhere, it becomes predictable and boring. And when that happens, it starts to look outdated and tired real fast. So don't worry if you were just warming up to some of these trends. Just know that time moves on and there will be other trends that stick around for a while and others that come and go very quickly. The key is that we all adapt and change at our own pace. Think about ways you can move away from these trends and think about how you will introduce new trends in ways that can be easily changed in the future, just in case, like you, Terrazzo. Since we're heading into a new year, it's always fun to look back on this past year's trends. I've got several videos highlighting trends in interior design, so be sure to check back with those videos. I'll link them below. And don't forget, I'm giving 3 lucky subscribers each a 30-minute design consultation with me, one where you and I can discuss your design challenge. It's a great way to kick off the new year, so if you're interested, subscribe to the channel and head to this video for all the details on how you could be one of those lucky winners. And if you don't win or need some design help from me sooner, then head to my Patreon page. I've got lots of tiers, including one where you can schedule a one-on-one video consultation with me. My patrons and I have tackled so many projects in the last few months, including bathroom and kitchen remodels. So if you need some personalized help from me, head to patreon.com/designchickee. And a big shout out to my patrons. Thanks for watching this little design tip. I'll have lots more design tips just like this one coming soon. So don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification button so you don't miss the next video. And as always, if you like this video, please hit that like button. It helps to grow this channel. See you soon.